Greetings, Miss Kire. My name is Nolan from Class 8B, and I am part of Group 1. Right now, I am going to present about the student regulation. Firstly, we're going to start with the tardiness during learning. 1. Students must report to the teacher on duty to complete an admission slip before entering class. 2. Students are strictly limited to a maximum of 3 late arrivals. 3. On the fourth instance of tardiness, the homeroom teacher will issue a verbal warning. 4. On the fifth instance, parents will receive a written reminder by text message from the Vice Principal for Student Affairs, which is Mr. Julius, and the student must submit a written pledge not to be late again. 5. On the sixth instance, the student will receive warning letter 1, which is SP1, and a satisfactory grade in their general behavior discipline section of the report slip. Now I'm going to talk about absence due to illness, whether it is on-site or remote learning. 1. Parents must notify the homeroom teacher on the same day, sending a photo of the doctor's note via WhatsApp if the student is absent due to illness or sick, which applies for on-site and remote learning. For on-site learning, a medical certificate must be submitted within 3 days of returning to school if the illness lasts more than 1 day. 3. Failure to submit the certificate or absence without any formal parental notice during on-site or remote learning is recorded as an unexplained absence. Now I am going to talk about absence for special reasons, which applies for on-site learning. 1. Students must submit a written request to the principal, which is Ms. Fitri, and at least 1 week in advance. 2. The principal will comment on any request for makeup assessment.
Absence without explanation. On-site and remote learning. 1. Any absence without explanation is recorded as unexplained absence. 2. Unexplained absence reduce the participation grade. 3. 5 consecutive unexplained absences constitute withdrawal from school. 4. A 5% deduction is applied to the subject grade on the day the total unexplained absences reach 5. Leaving class for eternal matters. On-site learning. 1. Student must use a hall pass to visit the restroom or refill water bottles. 2. An off-classroom form is required for meetings, counseling, or fellowship practice. 3. Not using the pass or form is treated as leaving class without permission.
Leaving class for external matters. On-site learning. 1. Students must submit a permission note to the homeroom teacher. 2. They then obtain an off-campus form from the Vice Principal for Students' Affairs with the parent's letter attached. 3. The completed form is given to the security officer before leaving, and the parent/guardian sign it on collection. 4. Security staff will ask the student's pickup person to sign the off-campus form.
Leaving class due to illness on-site learning. 1. Seriously, the student may go home early after parental confirmation of the authorized pickup person. 2. The student obtains an off-campus form from the Vice Principal for Student Affairs and submit it to security for signature. 3. The completed form is given to the security officer before leaving, and the parent guardian signs it on collection. 4. Security staff will ask the student pick-up person to sign the off-campus form.
Leaving class without permission. On-site learning. 1. Student leave class without permission, receive a verbal warning and the incident is recorded. 2. After 4 such incidents, the student must submit a written statement. 3. Student will receive a first warning letter, SP1, if a similar violation occurs in the future.
Catch-up assessment on site learning. One student have the right to take a make-up test with full score if they are absent due to illness proven by doctor's note. Be refunded due to a death in the family or participant in competition assigned by the school. 4 points. A. And students must submit a permission letter to their homeroom teacher no later than 3 days after returning to school. 2. Students may request to wake up test if they are participating in an exam competition on a personal basis by submitting an official participation letter no later than 1 week in advance. 3. Requests to take a wake-up test due to other reasons are subject to the principal discretion. The maximum score for the wake-up test will be the passing grade KKM. If the request does not meet the conditions stated in the points 1 and 2 and is not considered an urgent matter.
4. For both on-site and distance learning, students will take the makeup test after all learning activities are completed after school, according to the schedule set by the subject teacher. 5. Students who fail to attend the makeup test at the scheduled time will not be given a rescheduled session. 6. School does not provide shuttle services for makeup tests. Remedial assessments. 1. Students who have not met the minimum passing criteria have the right to take a remedial session scheduled after school or after the learning process is completed by the subject teacher. 2. Students who are unable to attend the remedial session due to certain reasons may take a remedial makeup following the same provisions as the makeup test policy. 3. Students who fail to attend the remedial session at the scheduled time will not be given a rescheduled session. 4. The maximum remedial score equals the passing grade. 5. The school does not provide shuttle services for remedial tests.
Use of mobile phones or electronic device. On-site learning. 1. Students are allowed to bring mobile phones to school, however, they are not permitted to turn them on or use them during school hours, except with the subject teacher's approval to support the learning topic. 2. Students are required to turn off and submit their phones to their respective homeroom teachers before starting the morning devotion. 3. Students must submit their mobile phones to their homeroom teacher's designated box during devotion. 4. If a phone is needed for a lesson, students may retrieve it from their homeroom teacher, but must return it to the box immediately after the class. 5. Phones are not permitted to keep in bags or anywhere else in the classroom. 6. Students who misuse the policy on mobile phone or other electronic device usage will receive a consequence from the school in the form of a red violation slip. 7. If a violation occurs, the student will receive a red violation slip and a consequence in the form of their mobile phone or other electronic device being confiscated by the teachers and returned to the parents after 3 days by the Vice Principal for Student Affairs. 8. If a similar violation occurs in the future, the student will receive a red violation slip and a consequence in the form of their mobile phone or other electronic device being confiscated by the teacher and returned to the parents maximally on report card distribution day by the Vice Principal for Student Affairs.
Delivery items to students on Saturday. 1. Students are allowed to contact their parents or guardian to request the delivery of lunch and or medication. 2. Lunch and or medication sent from home must be able with the student's full name and in class. 3. Students must collect delivered items for the desired rank in the canteen.
Class locker usage. 1. Each student is assigned one locker outside the home-based classroom. 2. Each student who wishes to use a locker is required to submit a deposit of 50,000 rupiah to their respective homeroom teacher. 3. The deposit is refunded at the end of the year if the key is written in good condition. However, students who fail to return the locker key at the end of the academic year in good condition or have lost it will not have their deposit money refunded. 4. During the academic year, if a student needs to duplicate their locker key, the homeroom teacher will lend the master key. The cost of the duplication will be borne by the student.